Welcome to the journey of life. I invite you to a new kind of video experiencing traveling here in Germany, together with some food for thought, to keep you busy, to keep your mind busy, to keep your mind going, your mind evolving, as we are starting here on our train ride from Stuttgart to Reutlingen, where actually I had an exam the other day, which also reminds me of something very important that we're here to look at along this journey, and that is really the idea of learning, of how do we learn. What do we learn for? What drives us? And of course, we need to be realistic enough to understand that learning has become a function. We go to school and there we learn from a teacher, but actually it is really only through experience that we learn. Through the experiences we gain, we become aware of, whatever it is we become aware of. This becomes our reality, our perception of what it is we see. As we look at ourselves, as we look at others, as we look at this world, what do we see in this world? What I'm trying to promote here in these videos is for you to really start thinking about that along your own journey in life, and however that is for you along that journey, what you learn, for you to become aware of that, and for then, if you care to really, if you like to give this process, the process of your own evolution, or the process of your own life, your own development. I mean, evolution basically is another word for development, is another word for change. And it's really about that idea of change. We all look for change outside of us, but to change, to really begin, as we first of all become aware of ourselves, we learn about ourselves, but then we put this, what it is we learn, into practice. It is really this kind of practice that ultimately leads to mastery, and it's about the mastery of self. We cannot master others, we cannot control others, we cannot change others. In order to change the world, we begin as we change ourselves, and that is something that I'm not here to teach you, of course, because I cannot teach that, but I'm here to guide you along the journey of how you can learn that for yourself, of how you can become more aware in your day-to-day affairs, how you can be more present, how you can be more now, how you can become the change you want to see in this world. And I think we all want to see a world where there is more peace, more harmony, more understanding, more kindness between people. In order to get there, it's also very important to look at the realities of this world and what's behind, or the reason for why there is war, for example, why there is poverty, while there's so much money and so few people actually have so much money they could feed the entire world. In war, there's really not an enemy for us to fight. We just get so lost to just always look outside of us. That image of the enemy also was created to be distracted. We are distracted over this, just looking at the enemy outside of us. And also in our personal lives, when we blame somebody, when we argue with somebody, and we all fight our own wars in our own personal lives. When this is happening, of course, we give this power, this thing outside of us. And we are not, we are become disconnected from our own power, our inner power. And that's what it's all about. To gain this sense of power, this sense of self. To really, well, be yourself, to free yourself. And the only way for us to be free is to allow other people to be free. And not just to allow them, but to really also get to know other people. And especially difficult people are a wonderful teacher for us. If we understand that people are the way they are, we cannot change people. We can stop all arguments with people. Just imagine that. That's something that I've learned along my own journey in life. It is easier said than done, of course. It's one of the most difficult things for you to do, but also the most important things, because then your entire life changes. And how to do that is really kind thing. So I'm very glad to have you here with me along the journey, and there will be future journeys and train rides and I call it virtual traveling. To also give many people who watch this from America or from other countries an insight also into the German setup, you know how that is here in Germany. We develop a sense of the German countryside. But then also, as I have lived in San Francisco for a long time, I've come to understand that actually wherever you are is home, which was really inspired by where I lived before I moved to San Francisco in the early 90s. I lived in Kansas before, where you might know the story from The Wizard of Oz. It was Dorothy and Toto. And Dorothy always said, there's no place like home. And that's what this is. This is our home. This world is our home. Actually, your home wherever you are, if you're connected to your heart, if you know who you are, and if you are who you are. And at the same time, or in order to do that, it's essential to also allow other people to be who they are. No arguments, no evaluations, no judgments, no criticisms even. Because we all are the way we are. Perfect that way. Because this is, as you see other people for who they are, this is their nature. Das ist deren Art, as we say in German. That's their art. In English, their being, art, their essence. And that's really kind thing. So I hope this inspired you a little bit to begin in your own life, to start with the studies of that. Really look at that. Look at things in a different way. It's like what Dr. Wayne Dyer, the late Dr. Wayne Dyer, who was one of my great teachers, as I began studying about personal development in the mid-90s when I lived in Kansas. He said that, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. That's something worth thinking about. And that's basically all I'm trying to do, to get you to start thinking about things, looking at things in a way that you haven't looked at them before. I hope this video has helped a little bit with that. My name is Christoph, and I'm still here on the train to Reutlingen, where I'm having this exam. But I also will upload a couple of other videos later about my trip back and my adventures there. Actually, I got lost along the way, ended up somewhere completely different here in Germany. And but I'm talking about that later, because this here now is all about now. And now, that's really the real power of now in action. It's about being present, which is really that gift that we can give to each other if we really pay attention to each other. If we're not trying to change each other. If we love each other as we are, we see each other for who we are. When we can only love somebody for who they are if you see them for who they are. You can only help somebody if you really know how you can help them. I think we all do want to help, and I think we are here to help each other. We human beings just sometimes make it so complicated, make it so difficult for each other. And so I hope with this we can learn to make things a little bit more easy on one another, and a little bit more easy on ourselves.